Welcome to Deep Thought. Take care of your mental health. Now, you know what? Like on Deep Thought, it's all about thinking and everything, but you're not able to think well if your mental health is jacked up. And I'm going to tell you what, it's interesting because, I've talked about having a stroke last year and everything. And it's interesting when I go to see my primary care physician, she will always ask, how are you thinking? Are you depressed? Are you having any bad thoughts, anything like that? And I was like, no, but then now I'm starting to understand and everything, because a lot of people have some mental health issues. They can look physically healthy. They can be handsome, beautiful, whatever. Physically healthy, have some stuff going on, but then they got some mental health issues. I remember back in the 90s, I worked for a few years at the disability rights section of the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice. Yeah, I know it's a long one. Anyway, we had some people working there that actually had some mental health issues. And one of the things I found out was there's a lot of people, they can still work on a regular job and seemingly be everything is okay, but they deal with some mental health issues. In fact, I've worked with some people, once I learned how to recognize it, who had mental health issues. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's a serious thing, because if you get a physical ailment, you can fix it. It's easy to fix. It's like, like when I had my stroke last year, there was a period I couldn't walk, but that was fixable. I can walk better now, still not 100%, but I can still walk better now. Or if you break an arm or you break a leg, something like that, you can come back from it. You can come back from, or if you get bruised or something, you get in a fight, or, you get just bruised, period. You fall down the wrong way. That can heal. But a mental health thing, that can stay with you a while. In fact, in my, I used to say, I kind of grew away from saying this, but I said, if you really want to mess with a person, get them psychologically, get them mentally, because that can stay with them for years. In fact, you have whole industries, people going to therapists, psychiatrists, everything for years, because no matter how healthy they are physically, they had that mental health issue. That's how deep it is. That's why you have stuff, medicines, everything. You got therapists, mental health professionals, people who have a regular therapist. I lost count of how many people I've met who had a therapist. This was just a regular thing with them. And, it's very important. And what I would say is, deal with that. If you feel like you have a mental health issue, be sure and get a competent mental health professional. Notice I say I'm emphasizing the word competent, because you got some scammers out there and everything. I'm just moving this table up a bit. But you do have some scammers out there. Make sure you get a professional. Like, you do what you got to do, because that's very important. Because there are some scammers out there. I've found out about some mental health scammers. They'll tell you whatever, and they'll get whatever information out of you and everything. You don't want to go through that. You don't want to go through that at all. But whatever you do, you want to take care of it. Because the first thing is you want to recognize you do have an issue. And you need to be honest with yourself. I can understand if you're not honest with everybody else or the people around you, but you have to be honest with yourself and say, hold up, I got some issues. And then find someone competent that you can talk to about it. Maybe a therapist, a psychiatrist, whatever. Or even if you don't want to go to them, talk to somebody. But recognize that you do have it. There's plenty of people who suffered through it and everything. I hadn't shared this much, but my mother, she had suffered through mental health issues as I was coming up. My mother had suffered through some mental health issues. It's not a joke. It's not something to play with. And yes, you can get some people who they can work regular jobs and they can seem normal, but they're going through some stuff. And that could lead to other problems. That can lead to definite psychological problems. It could lead to just being in bad situations. There's many people out here in bad relationships because they are dealing with some mental health issues. And they might become codependent on somebody else who has some mental health issues. That's not good for either one of them. But you have to take care of it. You have to be honest. Like I said, first and foremost, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You don't have to share it with everybody. You don't have to jump in the comments. Be honest with yourself first. And then say, okay, what can I do to take care of this? And you're going to have to look at everything. And yeah, hey, you know what? Sometimes it could be some of the food you're eating. It could be the environment that you're in, but you do have to talk to somebody. You do have to talk to a competent professional. Let me say one word about the professionals, because I had mentioned earlier that you do have some scammers out there. Do your due diligence in finding a professional. Go through an agency. If you have some type of health insurance, go through there. Find someone competent that you can actually talk to. Competent, check them out. Check out reviews and everything. One of the things they have out here is reviews. If you see bad reviews, you don't want to go to that person. Make sure that person has some good reviews. Nothing wrong with going to someone who is recommended to you, but definitely check them out. But you definitely, however you do it, some people may talk to a spiritual leader. Okay, make sure it's whatever you do, make sure it's somebody that can help you. Because I'm going to tell you what, like I said, in my younger days, I would have said, yeah, you could really mess a person's head up that way. But, just becoming older and wiser, I was like, nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, Because trust me, I've seen some people going through some stuff and they will go through it for years. You don't want that. You want to do whatever you can to get better, And it could be myriad things. You might have to move, cut off some people, take medicines. There's so many things that you might have to do. But first, recognize that you have it first. And then go to some competent, well-recommended professionals to deal with it. And because seriously, and I'm gonna be real, just from what I know, what I've learned, there's a lot of functional people out here who are mentally ill. When I say functional, it means they can work on a job. They can get a place to live, everything like that. But it could still be a problem. It could still be a problem. I've lived around some people, they were going through some stuff. Yeah, trust me, but you want to take care of it most of all, okay? Take care of it. Of all the messages I've given, I believe that's probably one of the most important on this channel, okay? So take care of your mental health, all right? And I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.